Hi, Stratman from pipware.com. Version 4.3 of my suite of forex indicators is being released today, and I'm going to go through some of the new features. Just off the top of my head here, we've got the configurable alerts engine that will configure all sorts of alerts and pop-ups and sounds and whatever way you like it, based on quite a number of different things. We've got the news area, which is the newsmaster, pulling down news from the internet and giving you alerts and so forth. And we've got all the dashboard information. I personally know in my Skype trading room, which is freely available to dashboard owners, that some people are doing significantly better using my tools. I'm really excited about that. Personally, I'm doing easily more than 10% increase in equity per month using my tools. Other people have quoted numbers like one guy's done over 6.5% this week alone. Another guy's in my Skype room doing 80 to 100 pips a day. Not saying you'll definitely do that, but with experience and time you should be doing significantly better. So 4.3 is out. What's the cost? Well, some people bought this dashboard for $19.95 US, and they've got all the updates free. They're in the free Skype trading room. There is no more cost for them at all in the future, and I want to offer a similar kind of idea to any future people. At the moment, I'm just offering $39 until Sunday this week. And then after it'll be $49. I've got to somehow cover some of the costs of programming. I've worked out today that I've spent over 500 hours programming this suite of products, and I certainly haven't even come anywhere near recovering a third of the cost. So you know, it would be great to have a few more people helping recover the costs of my research and development. Anyway, with that said, this is not a marketing exercise. Let's just move on and have a look at what we've got here. First of all, in the dashboard, we've got the sessions part of the indicator. This is fully configurable. You can have up to 10 rows of sessions within a 24-hour period. I configure it myself to start at end of New York each day, which I consider the beginning of Asia, and then it finishes again at the end of New York, which is 5 PM New York time. On the dash you can see the daily ranges in each of those sessions. I've got a nice Asian breakout range here that seems to hold pretty well. We're on the Euro right now, and so I aim for end of New York as the start of the day. I look for Hong Kong midday as kind of the time when I think the Asians have kind of established what they're doing for the day. And as you can see, if we project the lines out from that point, we get a very clear support and resistance line through here. So this was yesterday's session, and we can see, look, we got support there, there's support there, there was resistance there, good resistance there, sorry, support there, resistance there, another support there, and then we've gone off. And today we've had a good little run, and so in the Asian breakout part today we've had about 63 pips, and we haven't even finished to Hong Kong midday yet. Some of the other things we've got in here is I'm providing a multicolored stochastics, which is in line with what we do with the THV system. If you're familiar with the coral, sloping down is red, increasing in slope upwards is green, and if there's a flat area it's yellow. Yellow normally means, hey, we're starting to range a bit, just hang aside. We've got an area for fractals here, which we've always had, and we've got an area for all the lights on the different time frames for the THV system. I've now added an extra column for the histogram side of that, and I'll show you that in a sec. Just to enhance this area of the dash a bit, down the side here we've got parts of the alerts engine, so that if our moving averages have crossed in the direction that we're interested in, so M1 through M15 is what we're interested in this case, so if they all went, price action went above that, then the MA light will come on and we'll see it flash here and we'll hear a sound alert. Same thing for fractals and stochastics and our THV system, and we've got the ability to put all those alerts together and create a combination alert, so maybe we're only interested when all these things line up together. We also have a couple of daily range alerts, so if the daily range hasn't met what we would like, in this case it's set to 40 pips, so we might not want to trade until we've reached 40 pips volatility. So we can have an alert here to tell us don't trade, and that'll go off when we reach the right amount of pips. We can also choose to get an alert when we've reached a certain percentage of of some previous range. You have a choice of whether you want to use monthly, weekly, or yesterday as the average daily range that you're going to compare against, and you can set this setting to whatever you like. The other great feature is the news system here. This here provides alerts and so on. Very similar to if you are familiar with the FFCal indicator, very similar, except for this is a master that provides information for all the dashboards that might be running on your system to reduce the amount of resources that are hogged by getting the news. So we have a kind of like a summary news area down here. This whole area will flash when there's a news item pending, and at the moment it's set for we get an alert 15 minutes before news occurs and 5 minutes before news occurs. Really, really important features. The guys in the Skype room are loving that. We've got information down here on moving averages. There's the ability to have 3 moving averages. I've kind of followed the 3 ducks strategy on Forex Factory, where we use the same moving average. In this case, this is a 60 SMA on all our time frames, and so whatever time frame we're on M15 right now, we're looking at the H1 60 moving average there and the M5 60 moving average here. What else can I tell you about this? Well, I've provided a few templates just to help people out. What you can do is you can configure this so these news things appear for you if you like or not. I've got one template called the News Master that all it does is just has traditional candles with the news sitting here. The idea is to have that news maybe just on one chart, and then that'll feed information to other charts. So if we go to a couple of the other ones, so here's the pipware fractals template, and so what we can do is hide a few of the columns here, and just interested in what happens with fractals. The idea being that with fractals, higher highs and higher lows is an uptrend, and lower lows and lower highs is a downtrend, and this draws automatic support and resistance lines based on the fractals on each time frame. So that's the H4 resistance fractal at the moment, and this is the H1 resistance fractal, and you can see they make very good support and resistance lines. Very, very clear to see that here. Another template is the stochastics one. If you're into a method that uses, we'll just change that back down to the M15 time frame so you can see a bit better. You can see that we've shown the day in the background, just a slightly lightish colour. We've got a higher time frame moving average, lower time frame moving average. We've got Asian session breakout here, and we've got a multicoloured stochastics to help us do things there. I go into detail in another video where all these kind of ideas come from. They actually are put together out of 3 different strategies that I've found for free around the internet, and very good strategy. You could possibly make 40 to 100 pips out of this strategy per day, and some people are doing that. So hopefully you can get experience with that. The other one is the THV system. This is the first system that really made me become a profitable trader. And you can see that we've kind of truncated the dashboard down to just the things that are important for THV. We've got the average daily range stuff there. We've got the THV indicators. We've got the tricks. I've added a histogram into the tricks here. That's what this column here is for, showing that. But this is probably not the place to go into all that detail. I've got the coral that I've recoded here, and Trader at Home is from Forex Factory has got a wonderful pivot indicator that we use for THV. Just whip it down to another time frame, and there we go. Fantastic. As well as all the normal things, we've got the quote price, we've got the time frame, we've got candle time down here, and we've got the spread. Look, there's just so many features in this. I can't hope to cover it on this video, but I do recommend that you come to pipware.com, my website, and just have a look at the possibility of purchasing the dashboard. It will help us all. I like to think of myself as kind of someone that's a full-time programmer on your behalf, and all you've had to do is invest $39 or $49 for the privilege. So we'll catch you later in the Skype trading room, hopefully.